niche. I don't know what you.
From the off. Or you need a quick recap. It's a French term, which means everything which is put inside of the scene. So that little picture. So to help you remember what those things are, to give you a kind of framework to base your answer or your coursework around, genre. Okay, so genre may be a word that you're not familiar with. It's a similar meaning to the word of the style of the media. And they're really super specific by looking at its conventions, its recipe, if you like. So in this lesson, we're going to start by describing this little acronym that I've got here. The phrase media texts applies to any media object, whether it's a game or a film or a TV show. Example here, I'm going to specifically use TV crime drama as my example. The reason being that if you're studying GCSE, but it's the understanding of this NICS stuff is definitely going to help whether you're doing the OCR GCSE or the BTEC or any other kind of media qualification. So NICS, it is an acronym. So the N stands for narrative, which again may be a word that you've not come across before. So let's just go to our helpful dictionary. So within a TV crime drama. So talking of, if we're going to talk about narrative for a second, in a TV crime drama. Now, rather than just focusing on cuffs, there is, of course, a whole range. The narratives will always be around. The stories and the events will be around crime, drama, police. There is almost always, as you'll see, the story, rather than it just being about their professional lives, there is always some element of their personal life being brought into the narrative. Genre means that the narratives will also change. If you like, the recipe book for TV crime drama is these things. I'm offering today. So what about the I? The I is iconography. So iconography, simply that, images and symbols used to represent ideas. So for instance, going off the however, it's considered the icon to represent the idea of saving your work. So in this example, cuffs, we can start looking at the iconography, the things that we'd expect to see in a crime drama. So I'm just going to pause it there. Crime drama. Obviously, we saw uniforms and the police cars, and the media I'm looking at. If I change it from TV drama to, say, TV comedy, like episode of comedy, like things like Friends, will also give us different characters. Okay, so if I can just, before I start talking about it, just show you an example from within this episode of Cuffs. So we begin to see, I just want to show you a clip for this particular stream. But again, that would also go across other TV crime dramas. Maybe you're not necessarily along. Obviously, the characters we have are the police officers themselves, usually the type of media product. Here we changed it to TV comedies, and it changed what the recipe for that genre. So that just leaves the final one, NIC. We haven't done the S yet. So the S is simply the settings, okay? We are by the sea. We are a seaside town. I believe that in actual fact, places, they are usually very regular, normal, everyday places in TV crime dramas. Again, in others, iconography, C is for the characters and S is for the settings. So if you like, those four things give us the recipe for making that search, Cuffs Season 1, Episode 1, and watch all of it. And then once you have watched it, use this NIC. Talk about the characters and talk about the settings and how they relate to TV crime drama. So what about if you're not doing? What are the typical narratives in those games? What's the typical iconography that you would see? What are the typical characters like that you see? Talk about, to describe, to explain, or to evaluate how this genre operates. Okay, so once again,
so much about, you packed so much in there. It was a lot to take in. That was really, really useful stuff. Thanks as well for putting up the top.
Daughter is in year 10, so her school have been very good at providing her work digitally, and because I'm a teacher, I can't help that. I kind of do that naturally. I'm sure you can back me up on that, Leon. You see, I can take what you're doing here, and I can things that are done at school, and yeah, just to take the pressure off yourself. That if you're not a teacher by profession,
you've got lessons.